first celebrity crush.
Hrithik Roshan.
Yeah, bro.
Hrithik Roshan.
Hrithik. What do you think about मैं प्रेम की दीवानी हूँ?
I don't think about my Prem Ki Diwani hu. I've always been told I sound like Sonam Didi, so I just took advantage of that. And I pretended like I need a dinner reservation for Sonam Kapoor. I didn't realize I'm an emotional eater until 2 years after mom died.
What helped you उस time पर सबसे ज़्यादा?
Talking to Bhaiya, because I was reaching a point where I was panicking every time I thought I'm forgetting mom. She was my best friend. She was literally my wings if I needed to fly. She was my safety net if I had to fall. In the 90s, it was not common to have a separation between a couple. It was very against, क्या कहते हैं लोग, सभ्यता. I love my brain, सब erase हो चुका है.
Love it. Being a younger one in the family, उसके benefits क्या होते हैं?
I also have 2 sisters who have entered my life. So now I'm no longer the younger sibling, and that I'm like super happy about.
How is it like finding love in the 30s?
Highly recommend it.
Wow, there is hope.
There is hope.
So today I have a fellow Hrithik fan on the Good Girl show, and I'm so excited. This is Anshula Kapoor. Hi, Anshula.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Welcome
here.
on the Good Girl show.
This is the best intro ever.
So we will talk about our common crush, of course.
Of course,
Of course, we must. But because this is the Good Girls show, it's going to be about your girlhood as well.
Okay.
And that is why we will begin with something जिसे कहते हैं the Good Girls report card. Words people have used for you.
Loud, yes. Girls, girl, yes. Too much. I don't think anyone's called me too much. Bold, to nahi. Dramatic, yes. Rebel, that didn't have anything to rebel against. Sarcastic, yes. Sensitive, yes. Opinionated, yes. Talkative, 100% you will see. Bossy, yes. Rohan also calls me bossy. Brave, yes.
Okay. So opinionated के बारे में बात करते हैं. What's the stress there? Like opinionated.
I mean, we've all been given a brain, so we all should have an opinion. But the problem sometimes happens when you have an internal monologue of an opinion and then you as a woman start sharing it outwards with people. And then people don't really know how to grasp the concept of a woman having an opinion. So then we are tagged certain names as she's bitchy, she's bossy, she's opinionated, things
Correct.
like that. Although I feel like बिचारे opinionated word ने कुछ हमारा बुरा नहीं किया था. Having an opinion is not a bad thing. So,
You're right. Even bossy, right? Bossy is used for somebody who knows how to get things done. लेकिन उसका भी negative connotation है कि
Yeah.
oh my god, she's
so bossy. But like you would never say that for a man. You would never say, oh my god, he's so bossy.
Yeah.
You would just assume that's how he's supposed to be.
Yeah. Now, the second part on this is feedback and remarks. अब this is about your report card when you were a little girl.
Okay.
ठीक है? तो मुझे बताओ कि a remark that was. क्या remarks होते थे report card पर?
मैं A+ student हूँ भाई. मेरे सारे remarks बहुत अच्छे होते थे. Very obedient, very studious. But that time it used to also be like we want her to be more participative. For example, I remember mom used to be fairly satisfied and happy with everything that they used to write. It was never a red flag moment.
Yeah. And a remark that you wished for. So something that was never written for you, but you were like, यार काश मतलब ये लिख दिया होता या मुझसे ये कह दिया होता तो अच्छा होता.
So I wish my report cards said that I was confident because as a child I was very underconfident. So yeah, I wish like that persona came across even when I was a child. That persona didn't exist at that point. So obviously those remarks could never have come. But yeah, I just wish that I was a more confident child. Therefore, it would have been part of my report card.
Yeah. But why do you think you were underconfident? मतलब, do you feel there was anything in particular जिसकी वजह से confidence नहीं था?
I mean, I was a bigger bodied girl. I had curly hair in a world that used to love live on silky potion ke seedhe baal. I was a girl who had a lion's mane, as it used to be called. I was always taller than all of my classmates. I was always bigger and like way bigger built than any of my classmates. So I was always teased for my physicality. And for a child who's already going through a little bit of a turmoil at home, having somebody in school also kind of keep pointing fingers at you doesn't make it easy to have that kind of confidence.
Right.
And then every time I tried to kind of maybe put myself out there, like school mein inter-school, inter-house competitions hote the. So whether I'm trying to do an elocution on stage or I'm trying to like do one of these competitions on stage, I had tremendous amount of stage fright because I think inherently when nobody except your mother is talking good to you, it feels like you don't think you can do anything and you don't think that you can achieve anything. तो मैं स्टेज पे जाके एकदम घबरा जाती, मैं कुछ नहीं बोल पाती, तो फिर हाउस के लिए पॉइंट्स नहीं मिलते, तो फिर सब लोग बोलते दैट यू नो लाइक शी इज यूजलेस, इसको मतलब कुछ मत अपॉर्चुनिटीज मत दो टाइप. सो आई फील लाइक इट यूज्ड टू बी वन ऑफ दोस कांस्टेंट लूप्स.
टीचर्स का भी कितना important रोल होता है, right? Like, why did we have favorite teachers in school? I now look back and I realize कि my favorite teachers were not the ones who taught well, या उन्होंने subject बहुत अच्छा पढ़ाया. My favorite teachers somehow were the ones who were just kind.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of my comfort in school came from having teachers who were in my corner versus having friends who were my peers and students.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do definitely understand what you're saying, that it is important to have adults who are around you be empathetic and be kind and just be approachable.
So बचपन में अगर आपको constantly कोई ये feel करवा रहा है that you are big or you are fat, how did that change the way you were looking at yourself? मतलब what did it do to you?
At that point, I was looking at myself from that perspective. I knew I'm fat. I knew I'm bigger bodied. I knew I'm different looking. And there was a lot going on in life at that point, which led me to also be an emotional eater. So it's not like at any given point I was working on my body. I was just becoming bigger and bigger in a sense until I could reach a point of actually helping myself and come to a place where helping myself resulted in me also helping my physical body become fitter. It was never about looking a particular size or weigh. It was never about having a particular number on that weighing scale. It was always about just being healthy. It was about being able to climb 3 floors, क्योंकि स्कूल में एटलीस्ट मेरे पहले स्कूल में एलिवेटर्स नहीं होते थे, हमको सीढ़ी चढ़नी पड़ती थी. But at that time, the more people negative spoke, the more people gave tanas, the more I went into my shell and the more I would eat. So sometimes लोगों को लगता है कि अगर सख्त बातें करोगी तो किसी को मतलब वो shock मिलेगा, they'll come out of it, and just because you're teasing them and you're telling them that oh you're so ugly, you're so big, you're so fat, somebody will be like अभी तो कुछ करना पड़ेगा, like you know look at what the world is saying. It doesn't work like that. If you're talking so badly to somebody and you're constantly making them feel like they don't deserve to even breathe the same air as you because they look different from you, that person is not, first reaction will not be चलो अपने body में सुधार लाते हैं.
हाँ.
Because अगर इतना आसान होता तो उस
कर लिया होता.
And you would not have reached that place, right? It would not have been that easy to reach that size or whatever it is that you've reached. It is obviously there's a lot going on in somebody's mental health as well that has resulted in the physical health declining in a particular way, right? But like I honestly today, if I'm sitting and trying to think about the first time somebody spoke to me with kindness about my body, my weight, I think by that time I was already 19 years old. So until 19, the only time I heard somebody talk about my body was in a negative way or with taunts. Nobody ever even questioned to ask me if I'm doing okay in that sense.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You mentioned emotional eating and you know इससे मुझे एक सीन याद आ जाता है दिल धड़कने दो का. Do you remember? Like Shefali Shah का एक scene है where she just grabs a piece of cake and she starts eating it. And the beautiful part is that so many people understood why that was.
Yeah.
What is it about emotional eating that you think people don't understand? लोग समझते नहीं है.
I think maybe it's one of those things that unless you're not in the situation, you can't really put yourself in those shoes. So if you are emotionally sorted, or if you are the kind of person who's not living with triggers, living through stress, living through parts of their life that they don't have control over, that they can't change, you may not understand why somebody resorts to food as a form of comfort. I didn't realize I'm an emotional eater until 2 years after mom died. Because I put on, I think within a year of her passing, I must have put on more than 25 kilos. And I did not realize I'm eating my grief. How do you explain that concept to somebody who firstly doesn't understand grief and doesn't understand emotional eating?
Right.
It's my comfort is food. Your comfort could be watching a show. Your comfort could be perhaps going for a run. My comfort, when everything's out of my control, at one point used to be food. It no longer is. I have other ways of comforting myself, and I have other ways of letting go of things that are stressful for me. But also, that maturity comes with age, that maturity comes with being in therapy, and that maturity comes with liking yourself to a point where you want to get yourself help.
Yeah.
आप जब अंदर ही अंदर घुटते हो तो कुछ तो
Yeah.
something needs to bring you
Bring out.
joy, or something needs to be the one thing that makes you feel like a sense of release. And for a lot of people, that's food. Now, how do you explain it? I also don't know how to explain it. It's just a phenomenon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
How old were you?
When mom passed, I was 21. I just turned 21.
21. Okay. What helped you उस time पर सबसे ज़्यादा?
Rona. Crying
Yeah.
was something that I did on a daily basis. Talking to Bhaiya, because I was reaching a point where I was panicking every time I thought I'm forgetting mom. So talking about her to Bhaiya, and to a great extent in the beginning when I would talk about it, Bhaiya and I had normalized talking about her. There was no stigma attached. There was no nahi baat karna, trigger ho raha hai. But at the same time, I was not allowing myself to mentally do some sort of a check-in with myself to understand, now that life looks different without her, are you okay with that? What does this mean for the how many ever years of life I have left? What does this mean that every milestone, every achievement, every heartbreak, every doubt that I have from here onwards, she won't be there to hold my hand through it, because she was my best friend. She was my parent. She was my backbone. She was literally my wings if I needed to fly. She was my safety net if I had to fall. She was like my entire universe in one person. And that's when grieving for me started, when just talking about her wasn't enough, but trying to figure out what new normal looks like, because now life is completely changed.
Right.
She had the best heart possible. She was the kindest person on this planet that I've known. She was the biggest hearted person that I've known. I just hope some parts of that value system is my value system, and if even like 20% of it is true, I'm okay, because that means I'm like 20% of the person she was, which I'm also okay with.
Yeah. मुझे बताओ कि because you know so much was happening in your life and so many things were happening, and also everything was very public, right? Because it's everything was out there. As a child, did you ever question or did you ever feel uncomfortable? Us public gaze se, how did you deal with that?
It was very uncomfortable. Sometimes the public would know things that were untrue or maybe true, that I, as a 5-year-old and 6-year-old, hadn't been told yet, because there's also a level of sensitivity you need to use when you're informing a 5 or 6-year-old about certain developments, for example, or even a 7, 10, 12-year-old. But my way of dealing with that public gaze was something that mom did, which was essentially whatever was happening in our lives or in her life, we were always made to sit down and be aware of it. And it was always an adult conversation in that sense. It was never mollycoddling, and it was never just giving upar se. So that whenever something came out in the public gaze, or it came out in the media, or there were conversational chatters happening in school corridors or in the building that we were living in, for example, we already knew what is fact and what is fiction. I didn't have a life outside of school and home, because I didn't know how to cope with anything beyond that. And maybe that's why I went into a shell where my way of safeguarding myself from all this unnecessary chatter that I was constantly hearing was, let me not subject myself only to it. Because if I'm not out and I don't hear it, I don't have to deal with it and I can't get affected by it. सावेरियाड का जब प्रीमियर हुआ था, बहुत बड़ा प्रीमियर था. IMAX बराला में I think हुआ था, 5 screens में, the theme and all, it was beautifully done. We were there when I didn't want to be photographed. I didn't want to be in that limelight. Mom understood it. I didn't need to do any of that. I didn't do any of that. But I was there to support my sister, and I was there for all that mattered. So there was a boundary that I think mom helped me create. There also was that entire conversation in the air about the fact that what's happening with their family is against the norm.
Hmm.
It's not like in the 90s, it even until the early 2000s, it was not common to have a separation between a couple, or
Right.
like to have everything that we kind of went through. It was very much in your faces, but it was very against, क्या कहते हैं लोग, सभ्यता.
हाँ.
I love my brain, सब erase हो चुका है.
Love it. Amazing.
holding no grudges, holding no
Best.
anecdotes to share with
Best.
anybody, holding on to no trauma from any of that. Just ऊपर से knowing कि ये सब हुआ था. Anecdotal incidents, brain ने सब erase कर दिया है.
बहुत अच्छी
बाकी
बात है
memories
यार.
के लिए जगह बनाने के लिए.
Absolutely no. Sometimes that's why the brain is amazing. Like it erases what you don't want to remember, which is fab. Tell me, छोटा sibling होने का, like being the younger one in the family, उसके benefits क्या होते हैं? Advantages क्या
बहुत
होते हैं?
होते हैं. घर में अगर कुछ तोड़ा है तो भैया पे blame कर दो. But I have done that. Like every time I knew mom would get angry or upset about something, I would be like, "But it was Bhaiya's idea." But Bhaiya was the one who was doing it. But Bhaiya was with me.
Hmm.
तो आप उन पे चढ़ो ना, मुझ पे क्यों? But being the younger sibling also means you get to choose which restaurant you want to go to for family dinner, because then mom will listen to you.
Yeah. थोड़ी pampering ज़्यादा होती है ना?
Yeah, like being the younger sibling always has those, like, you can always be like, but I'm the child, like, look, he's so grown up, like, don't you want to like be like more pampering towards this? So
Yeah.
yeah, like I think it just had those small cute benefits.
आई एम दी ओल्डर सिबलिंग, ठीक है.
Oh.
मेरी एक छोटी बहन है. सो मुझे तो हमेशा ऐसा लगा कि लाइक शी नाउ इफ यू आस्क हर शी विल से कि नहीं, दीदी को ज्यादा वो मिला है, ज्यादा प्यार मिला है, बिकॉज यू नो.
बट वो लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल,
हाँ.
तो मुंडन सेरेमनी होती थी ना, लाइक बाल जब काटते हो,
हाँ.
तो भैया का जब मुंडन हुआ था, तो मतलब आई हैव 2 full photo albums of his photos, and like even him as an infant, as a child, we have way more photos. जब मेरी बारी थी तो I think they were just like been there, done that. Photos ही नहीं खींचे हैं. So वो होता है.
Okay.
See, yeah, advantages
This
of being
is
the older sibling also.
yeah.
Like I have albums upon albums of Bhaiya as a child. And I have a album of me as a child. Like some 5 years of my life is one album. And every 3 months of his is one album. The difference.
When you're having an elder brother must be such like वो इतनी protective वाली एक feeling होती होगी ना. What, do you guys fight more, or has it always been this?
We live in a very unique circumstance where, because of life and mom's death, etc., he's a parent and he's a sibling. So the dynamic is very different from a very conventional sibling dynamic in any other household. So there are moments where he is protective. There are moments where he is the sage advisor. There are moments where he is the irritating person. There are moments when we are both fragile. So yeah, we take turns parenting each other sometimes, more than just being siblings. So it's a very I don't know how to explain this.
Yeah. No, I mean it's a nice the fact that you've like held each other's hand through so much.
Yeah,
right?
but
I'm
like,
sure.
That was,
and had fun also.
Yeah, but that was like us growing up. But I also have 2 sisters.
Yes.
Who have entered my life fairly recently compared to Bhai, who's been in my life for like over 30 years. So now I'm no longer the younger sibling, and that I'm like super happy about, because now I'm the middle child.
Yeah.
But you know, that changes the dynamic also, because most of my life I just had a brother. Now I have sisters as well. So the dynamic between like the kind of conversations you have with sisters versus what you would have with a brother also is much different, and I didn't experience that for a huge part of my life. So I'm having a lot of fun with that as well.
So now we're going to do something fun. Okay, it's called red flag, green flag.
Okay.
But it's about fashion and it's about trends.
Oh.
Okay, so this is Zivame presents Unhooked and Unhinged. Wearing sneakers with your lehenga.
Green flag, उसमें क्या है? Comfort, na?
Yeah. Visible bra straps with an off-shoulder blouse.
Each is their own. It's not a red flag. If
Yeah.
you're comfortable and that's the only bra you own, for example, there's nothing wrong with having your straps being shown.
Also, because it's such a bad girl moment, na? Like, oh.
हाँ, maybe, but also like हम bra इसलिए पहन रहे हैं क्योंकि the male gaze does not want to see our nipples, and the male gaze wants us to have a certain kind of body visible, right?
Correct.
तो अगर उसके लिए bra पहनना है and bra में straps है और straps दिख गए तो उसमें क्या बुरा है?
Absolutely. Love it. Mehendi in PJs,
Mehendi in PJs, matlab?
like pajamas. Doing your mehendi
Green
ceremony
flag, comfort
in
all the
pajamas.
way, bro. नहीं भी
Comfort.
लगानी मेहंदी मत लगाओ.
Black bra under a white kurta.
Now, this is not a red flag, but if you're uncomfortable with your bra being visible, then change the color. But it's not like, I mean,
Like
again,
each to its own. Again,
Yeah.
preference wise, right?
इसमें जजी होने की क्या बात है?
Yeah. Carrying a portly bag just for the look.
Just for the look.
Yeah.
Oh my god, but they're so comfy. They fit everything in
So
it.
green flag.
Yeah, dude, green flag.
Green flag. Okay. Strapless bra on the DJ night.
उसमें क्या बुरा है? अगर आपका strapless आपको support दे रहा है, तो आप डांस करो भाई. मैं तो strapless पहन के नाचती हूँ.
Really?
हाँ.
Wow.
Tell you which bra to buy also. Can't right now.
Please. Okay. Full glam makeup at a daytime puja.
No, मैं तो ना कर पाऊँ. मेरा तो पूजा में सारा पसीने पसीने से मेकअप निकल जाए. It's not a red flag. You do you. Energy is what we live by. But for me personally, I would not do that because I would not survive the heat.
Yeah.
But that's a me problem.
Yeah. Push-up bra under V-necks.
Why not? As long as it's a plunge push-up. Go for it.
Okay. Matching couple outfits.
It's cute. Ron and I have done it. It's a green flag. I feel it's a green flag. We've done
Yeah.
it. We
Yeah.
have matching pajamas. We have matching t-shirts. We have a lot of matching outfits.
Okay. Bralette styled as a lehenga blouse or a choli.
No, I'm not. I'm not into that.
So it's a red flag for you.
Perhaps maybe like yeah. It's perhaps like a orange flag.
Okay. Mixing silver and gold jewelry in the same look.
Love it.
It's also
मैंने
such
आज भी
trending.
किया हुआ है. मैंने गोल्ड इयररिंग्स पहने हैं. मैंने सिल्वर अंगूठी पहनी है. मेरी वॉच गोल्ड एंड सिल्वर बोथ है.
हाँ.
तो go for it.
Go for it. Corset with sari. Like
Yeah,
sari
yeah,
ke
why
saath
not?
corset.
Why not? And then if you get a corset that has some like Zardozi work on it, just like Indianify it. What is the problem?
Okay. And last one. Wearing a sports bra under a lehenga blouse. Which probably maybe has a
Like-
deep neck.
Just a sports bra and a lehenga skirt?
No. Wearing a sports bra under a lehenga blouse. Under a blouse.
तो उसमें क्या फर्क पड़ता है? तुम्हें चाहिए एक्स्ट्रा सपोर्ट, तुम तो पहन लो. वैसे भी संगीत नाइट पे तुम नाचने वाले हो. तुम्हें स्पोर्ट्स ब्रा का सपोर्ट चाहिए तो तुम ले लो.
Yeah.
इसमें जज ही होने की क्या बात है भाई?
Correct. Absolutely. यार मुझे बताओ कि is there something that you've really felt judged for?
Breathing. Having privilege, being born in privilege, I have been judged for both of those things, and I can't hold it against them because, like I said, opinion होना तो सबका होगा, but it's just how you present that opinion. There's a way to kind of act, and sometimes when it reaches the point of being crass or being mean, then it's unwarranted.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now I want to know few things about the firsts in your life.
Oh.
ठीक है?
Why is only one pink?
Just aesthetic. First celebrity crush.
Hrithik Roshan.
Yeah, bro.
Hrithik Roshan.
Hrithik Roshan.
First and last, bhai.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not
Which-
last. After that, lots more crushes also came. But he was the OG.
What's your favorite Hrithik film?
Dude, like obviously you have to say Kaho Na Pyar Hai because that's where it all started.
Correct.
But I love Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara also. I don't know, that man has done an insane amount of work. Like Jodha Akbar,
Yeah.
Dhoom.
Yeah. What do you think about मैं प्रेम की दीवानी हूँ?
I don't think about my Prem Ki Dawani Hu. It's like entertainment, cringe entertainment content.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
But I love it.
Which is fine.
मुझे
That
बहुत मजा
parrot
आता है.
was just a vibe.
Was just a vibe, but even Hrithik was auntie.
Auntie.
Like it was
But no, like Hrithik for me is always a vibe.
first time you took advantage of your surname. लोगों ने आपको आपके privilege के लिए use किया है. But when did you use it to your advantage?
So there was this Indian restaurant that had opened in BKC. I'm talking about like बहुत साल हो गए. मतलब like मैं 2013, 2014 की बात कर रही हूँ. बहुत साल पहले. That was like the place to go to, and I wanted to go there. And whenever we called up, they would be like, sorry, we don't have a reservation until like some very, very far off date. I was always told I sound I don't know if I want to say this out loud. So I've always been told I sound like Sonam Didi, so I just took advantage of that. And I pretended like I need a dinner reservation for Sonam Kapoor.
Wow.
And I got a reservation magically at a restaurant that said that they don't have any availability for like some 6 weeks or something like that.
First time you dealt with a troll.
Online or offline?
Any?
ऑफलाइन तो बचपन में ना मतलब मोटी सांड वगैरह तो मतलब आई थिंक हम इतने से थे जब से हम सुनते आ रहे हैं ऑनलाइन ट्रोलिंग गॉट अ लॉट वर्स आई थिंक लाइक 2015 ऑनवर्ड्स
Okay.
yeah like on Instagram and Twitter. I though left Twitter X for what you're wearing, for what you're not wearing, for who your siblings are, for who your parents are, for which family I belong to, for the fact that I have a privilege or I don't have privilege, or the fact that I'm going on a holiday, or the fact that I dare to wear something that may not be flattering to the other person's eye, because I look a certain way, because I choose to be on Instagram, for example. I still get trolled for most of that. Like, there are people who'll comment saying, "Oh, अगर मोटी भैंस कुछ बोल रही है तो वो complete opposite करना चाहिए." Means, what is this logic? I don't know. But yeah, so trolling to never stops.
Yeah, and it's getting dirtier, also becoming a very bad place for women.
I mean, DMs तो खोलना ही नहीं.
I'm sure. And last one, first heartbreak.
Do you mean romantically or do you mean like?
Yeah. When was it?
Oh no, I'm in my first relationship, who I'm getting married to, so can't really.
You haven't had a breakup?
No, because this is my first boyfriend became my fiance.
Oh, that's amazing.
So yeah,
How is it? Okay, I have to ask you
it's
this.
amazing.
How is it like finding love in the 30s?
Guys, I highly recommend you do it and you wait, because when you're in your 30s, you know the kind of person you are. You know your priorities. You know what your hard limits are. You know how much you're able to be malleable and how much you're not able to be malleable. So you don't end up wasting time. And you kind of align with the sensibility of your partner much sooner, because you know if it's not aligning, then you need to kind of like move forward and find somebody else that's a better match or a better fit.
Mature love.
It's mature because also then the way you're dealing with arguments, the way you're dealing with miscommunications, or the way you're feeling about and dealing with differences in opinion is much different than when you would be doing that in your 20s. The girl I was in my 20s, I would have approached a fight as an end of a relationship, or I would have seen a fight as, okay, it's either my way or no way. In your 30s, if you know that you want to prioritize your partner and the relationship that you're building with the partner, you won't be jumping to as much extremes. At least that's where my personal experience is at. So yeah, highly recommend it.
Wow, there is hope.
There is hope. I mean, we met on an app, so there is hope. Even
Oh,
in this
wow.
age of digital dating, there is hope. Like, we ain't introduced by friends or met at like a physical location. That's not what happened with us at all.
Amazing.
But yeah.
Yeah. All right. We will end with one final segment, which is the Kapoors. So, which Kapoor would you go to for the following? First one, for a last-minute outfit rescue.
Riya Didi, I have a stylist at home. Duh.
Yeah. A pep talk before a big day.
All of them are good with pep talks, but Arjun Bhaiya and I live in the same, like, proximity sometimes matters for pep talk. So I think Bhaiya would be my first go-to. But I feel like even Anil Chacha would be a great pep talk giver, because he'll just make me feel so confident.
Yeah. Okay. For unlimited gossip.
Riya Didi. But also Janu.
For a spontaneous road trip.
I think my sisters.
For trying out a new cafe or a restaurant.
Janu, she's a foodie. But also with Arjun Bhaiya, because yeah. My siblings.
Siblings, okay. For honest career advice.
Arjun Bhaiya.
For fashion styling tips.
Riya
Didi, of course.
Sonam Didi, Janu, Khushi. I mean, I got endless choices.
For dating or relationship advice.
I've been to Riya Didi for advice. I've been to Janu and Khush for advice as well. I've been to Arjun Bhaiya for advice. So I would say all of them.
And last one, if you were in trouble at 2 a.m., which Kapoor would you reach out to?
I can reach out to all of them, but perhaps
जब
Who will be
तक 2
awake
बजे
to Dad will be awake at 2 a.m. I will reach out to Dad. Bhaiya may or may not be awake. It depends. If Janu's shooting, she's definitely awake, but she may not answer her phone.
हाँ.
All of the above.
All right. I want to finally end by saying and by asking that everything that you have spoken about, which is about being confident in your own skin, ये हमेशा ये वक्त लगता है यार इसको आने
हाँ,
में.
मुझे भी 30 साल लगे.
So finally, what would you like to say to all the girls who have once felt that way, who are probably still feeling that way?
You can't fall in love with yourself over one day. You have to talk nicely to yourself day in and day out. Talk to yourself as if you would be talking to your best friend or your younger sibling, and you'll start noticing a difference in your own, the way you see yourself, the way you talk about yourself will start becoming a little bit more positive if you feed yourself with that positivity. Also know that you don't have to do everything alone. It is good to have a support system. It is lovely to be able to ask for help. And it does not make you a smaller person if you have to do that. It does not make you an unsuccessful person if you have to do that. More importantly, live your life on terms that make you feel like you're giving the best out of, you're getting the best in life and you're giving the best out of it, so that you are creating memories that will last you a lifetime without regrets. Because living a life full of regrets is not the kind of life anybody should be living. I will stop talking now.
Amazing. So for this wonderful pep talk and because you took out the time to be here on this show, I just have a small gift for you.
Thank you. I love coming to shows that give me gifts.
And there is one ritual that we have on the show, which is I give a single flower to every girl who sits on this couch.
What is the logic or the love and motive behind this?
Just to make every girl feel seen, special, and girls should give girls flowers.
I love it.
So
Do you buy yourself flowers as
yes,
well?
all
I
the
love
time.
it. Same, bro. Same.
I can buy myself flowers. Thank
This
you
is
for
cute.
being on the Good Girls show and for talking to me today.
This was fun. Hi, if you liked this conversation, please like, share, and subscribe to Yuva.